Hello everyone, my name is Shazanwich, or otherwise you call me by my real name, Jared, but today we are going to look at how to do very basic editing. Anyone can learn how to edit videos. If you want to learn how to edit videos, you can most definitely learn. It's not impossible for you to learn how to edit a video and get better at it. Getting started on media is just something you have to be independent about and be willing to learn. So today we're starting off with just very basic editing so that you can start off making videos that are better, and that's what we all want, right? So without rambling any further, let's just get into the basics of editing. The program I'm using right now is called Resolve 15. It is totally free and is arguably one of the most powerful programs you can get for free. You don't have to pay any money, get a great editing program that you can use for as long as you want. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to find just any piece of media that I think will work. I just went and found a piece of raw footage that I have on me right now, and we're going to use that. Over this tab right here, this is our media tab. This is where we pull media from our computer. It has lots of files, whatever's on there. But this is where you pull your media from, or if you can't pull it from here, then you can just kind of like minimize your window and put it in through there. But yeah, here we go. This is where all the media is stored. Okay, so now this is the editing tab, and we are going to just go ahead and drag the piece down. Now we have our media. So we have the picture part, so the part that you see right there in the screen, that's the part that you can see, and then there's the audio file that goes with it. It starts off just linked, right? Yep. All you need to know are these two buttons. To start off is this clicker button, so that's like your select, alright, and then we have this razor blade edit mode. This is how we are going to cut our videos and take the boring stuff out and all that. So go ahead, and doesn't matter where, just go ahead and click somewhere. Alright, now we've cut the clip. So now that we've cut the clip, they are now separate. We can do different things to them. So if I wanted to get rid of this part, we're going to hit backspace, and then boom, it's delete. And then let's say I did not want that to happen. We're going to use the command Control Z, okay? Try it for me. Control Z. It comes back. I want you to delete it again. Control Z. Delete. Control Z. It's very easy. Control Z is your best friend in any mistakes that you make. You know how to cut. Something that people have trouble with is cutting very specific moments, and they don't know how to do that. So I'm going to show you how. So I'm going to play the video a little bit and just stop it somewhere. Alright, let's say I wanted to stop it right. Let's say I wanted to stop it right there. So what I was doing just now to scroll really slow was I was using the left and right arrows on the keyboard. So the left arrow goes back one frame, and then the right arrow goes forward a frame. So back, forward, back. So I'm going back and I'm going forward. So this is how you're going to cut in very specific parts that you want. So you can go frame by frame using the arrow keys. So right arrow, left arrow. You can just like tap it to get exactly where you want. So that's how you can cut more precisely. Let's say what you want to cut is so specific, but like every time you press the space bar or just even frame it, like you just can't really see what you're doing. So this button over here is the plus and minus. This makes this whole thing bigger in perspective. So I'm going to cut it real quick to show you. So this is how big it looks like right now, but if I were to go to the plus button a few times, let's see what happens. So now it's taking up more space on the screen, and the playhead goes by faster. We haven't even gotten to the part where I cut it. Like look at how much space that little bit I cut took. Right? It's magnifying it, so you can magnify or minimize. So if you want to see like the whole project, you minimize it so you can see everything. But if you want to see a tiny part, you plus it. Alright, I've had a lot of issues with that before, but now I know. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to move clips around. So now that I've cut this clip, I can move it, right, however I want. So let's say this was a clip, and let's say this was a clip, and I want to move them. So all I have to do is drag this up and then move this in, right, and then select these and then come back, and then now they're switched. So now that part will play, skip through, and then that's back to that. So that's how you move clips, is you just select them, move them up, and then you can just like slide them in, just like that. Oh, another thing I would mention is, you see this tool right here, the snapping tool? I would have that on like almost all the time, preferably, is less messy, because let's say you don't have snap on, alright, I just turned it off. Let's say I just move this a little too far to the right. Now I'm cutting into the clip on the right side. So if I keep moving over and over and over, I'm actually cutting this clip right here. And you don't want to do that, most likely, because then you'll cut something just a little bit and then stuff will be off and it's horrible. So you want to keep snapping on. I would recommend that. So the next part we are going to cover is transitions. So transitions are a great way to smoothly go from one clip to the next. It's not choppy. So if I go here and I let it play, it's gonna just straight up just cut straight to the next thing, right? There's no transition. There's no smooth black in, black out. So if you want transitions to make something more smooth, not like direct, not like a jump cut, then we're going to use a transition. There are lots of different touch transitions. I would recommend you just kind of experiment with them, see what works, see what doesn't, but I would definitely go with either a wipe or a dissolve. Those are both good. So my favorite, is it blur? I'm not sure, but let's put in this blur dissolve right here. So we can see that the transition is right here. So starting from the middle, it's going to do a blur dissolve. But let's say we don't want it to do that. We want it like in the middle. So we're going to right click and we're going to say center. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to right click in the middle of the two clips and you're going to add a 30 frame cross dissolve. You're going to say trim clips. Okay, and then it's straight, just a transition. There you go. And if you want to change it, go over here, try smooth cut. So all you gotta do is come over here and drag it in, and it'll change it. So now instead of the blur, it'll be the smooth cut. Okay, that one's kind of choppy when I play it back, but that's how you change it. So what you can do is you can change like where it starts. So if I want to start on the edit, it moves over there, or if I want it to end on the edit, it moves to the beginning. Totally up to you if you want to do that or not, but that's how you do it. So you can do left side, right side, or the middle, whatever you want. Okay, so that's how we do transitions. Next thing is text. So if you want text, there's a lot of options here, but most of them I wouldn't use. I would just use normal text. So we're gonna scroll over to text. So then we drag it out, yeah. So now we have this text piece of media, and we can change it however we want. So I could be like tutorial, right? And then I could do lots of things. Like I could change the font to, let's try splash. There's splash. Let me change the color so you guys can see it. I'm gonna do bright red. Right, so you can change colors however you want, change the font, see which ones you like. There's a bunch of weird ones, but you'll find that there are good ones to use. Like, where's Open Sans? Here's Open Sans. Open Sans is pretty default, right? And there's lots of different options, lots of different fonts. Be like, alright, I want it bold or bold italic. You can change the size, change the spacing. I mean, if you didn't type it the way you wanted to, like let's say this was all lowercase, so I'm going to change it all to lowercase. Tutorial. So now it's all lowercase, but so let's say I typed it all lowercase, but I know I want all caps. Boom, all caps. Or we could do all lowercase, title caps. There are those options. This is the position. You can move it. So X is left and right, and then Y is up and down. Something this program tends to do is like it'll be going down, down, and then it'll like pop to the top right away. Like it'll, yeah. You just have to kind of be careful of that, but that's all it is. Just Y is up and down, X is left and right. The zoom button just makes it bigger or smaller. Rotate it however much you want. If you want like a back shadow, you can do that. So if you just change the offset, then whoa, look at that, we have backdrop, and we can change the color of the backdrop. So let's say I want it to be yellow. I wasn't changing to yellow because I didn't put this up. Yeah, there you go, yellow. There, now we have a yellow drop shadow. We can move it as far to the left, right, or we can do like left and do down some. It's all up to you. You have lots of options. Stroke size does that. Look at what I've done already. Like, we have red text with a yellow backdrop with a little bit of increased stroke size. So now it like really pops out, right? That's good. It doesn't always have to pop out, but it can if you want. Don't worry about background. It's not much really. Alright, so there's your text. You can move it around, change the font, make it bigger, make it smaller, all that stuff. A quick note, something that that you might forget to do is, like, let's say this is a clip. Alright, we want that, but then we're gonna cut all this stuff out. Go, and alright. Everything right here, all this right here is going to be trash. So just gotta remember that the video and the audio are together. So let's say I delete the picture only, and then I move this back. The audio from the clip that you just deleted is still there, and now it's being played over this, and it's going to mess you up. So just remember to delete the video and the audio that corresponds with it together, and then you can smoothly, without unsyncing anything. Okay, so that is pretty much the basics, but we are going to go to the export part of the video. So you know how to cut, you know how to add titles, you know how to delete stuff, you know how to undo, and if you're not comfortable with pressing Control Z, you can go up here to the edit tab and you can press redo, but again, I'd rather just do Control Z, or sorry, undo is so if you want to undo something, it's Control Z, and then there's also another useful command is the redo, so it's like Control Shift Z. But yeah, basically all you need is this cursor button and this razor blade button, and make sure snapping is on, and you'll be good to go. We're gonna go to the import part. So this is the deliver tab. So we have also lots of options here. We can go to, this is for YouTube, so press YouTube, retitle our project, tutorial, whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, and then you choose browse for a location. So if you want to save it somewhere specific, so I have a folder called video creation folder. That's where I like to save my stuff. So in that video creation folder, I have this place called edited videos. That's where I put it. And then this is where I put all my videos that have been edited. I would press save. So now it's going to save directly to that folder. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It's all good. And then you would add to your render queue. And then all you have to do is press render. And then it'll start rendering the video. And once it's done being rendered, it'll pop up in the folder that you saved it to with all your edits. It'll all be there. Okay guys, so that will be the end of the basic tutorial on how to edit. If you guys found this helpful or you want to see more, just let me know down in the comments. I will put the link to Davinci Resolve 15 download in the description, so you guys can go there yourselves and get it downloaded. It's free and it's a really good program. It might look very daunting at first, very intimidating, but if you just stick with it, you'll have a very high level program for free, and it's worth it. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Bye.